Of the Sauti ya Umma party, SAU, Majalio Kiara, says if elected, his government will prioritize agriculture as a key driver of the national economy. Speaking at the launch of his party's campaign in Ukonga, Dar es Salaam, Kiara adds that they plan to strengthen organic farming, a move that also improves the health and productivity of the nation's workforce.
Tunataka kwenda kuhamasisha kilimo hai.
We want to promote organic farming so that our people in Tanzania can have access to quality and health food.
Kula chakula kilicho bora.
Satia Bebwa outlines the party's priorities, while Kiara emphasizes agriculture as the foundation of his agenda.
We will uplift the lives of all citizens by bringing development. We'll remove unnecessary taxes, education will be free, and women will give birth free of charge.
His father discusses plans to boost national economic growth, empower youth, and nurture talent, unveiling the party's manifesto built on 3 main pillars: agriculture, industry, and technology.
Kama ilivyo damu katika miili yetu.
We must give agriculture the importance it deserves, just like blood is to our bodies, because we recognize that through agriculture we can solve many challenges in our nation, including health, employment, and the economy, both at the national and individual level.
Still in the election campaign's stories, CCM presidential candidate Samia Suluhu Hassan has promised residents of Manyoni and Ikungi districts the construction of vocational education and training authority colleges if given another mandate to lead the government. She made the pledge while campaigning in the 2 districts ahead of the general election set for October this year, saying the colleges will help equip young people with the skills and knowledge needed to match economic changes alongside the government's continued expansion of primary and secondary schools.
If you grant us the mandate, we will establish a VETA college in this district. At the same time, we will continue to advance all the ongoing projects.
During her campaign trail, Samia also announced improvements in radio reception for the national broadcaster TBC in Manyoni and Itigi.
We are addressing the issue of TBC's signal coverage through the upgrade program overseen by the Universal Communications Service Access Fund. As part of this program, we will build an FM radio transmission station in Itigi town so that TBC can be received more clearly.
She further pledged more health centers in Ikungi before addressing a large crowd at Bombardier grounds in Singida town, urging citizens to support her bid.
We are planning to construct 10 more health centers within this district. 5 in East Ikungi, which will serve Sihuyu, Ligwa, Mkiwa, Isuna, and Mangonyi, and another 5 in West Ikungi.
The campaigns remain active across the country as Tanzania heads towards the general election. In other news, President of Zanzibar and Chairman of the Revolutionary Council, Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, says his government welcomes investments from Japan to invest especially in the blue economy, as Zanzibar intends to explore ways to make its fisheries sector more competitive and boost tourism, sports sectors, as well as develop the oil and gas sector. President Dr. Mwinyi made the remarks when he met and held talks with the Tanzanian ambassador to Japan, Anderson Mutatembwa, at the State House earlier today, urging setting up strategies to deepen cooperation and the implementation of economic diplomacy between Zanzibar and Japan.
Na upande wa misaada kama ulivyosema, shirika lao la JICA.
On the side of aid, JICA has been supporting us in various projects. We would like to see stronger cooperation between the government of Zanzibar and JICA so that we can further grow our economy.
Dr. Mwinyi further elaborates that another key area is the seaweed business, revealing that one Japanese company has already shown interest in establishing a seaweed processing plant in Zanzibar.
Biashara, uwekezaji na misaada.
We are focusing on 3 areas: trade, investment, and aid. In trade, there is one sector we are particularly interested in, which is seaweed crop. Recently, we had talks with a Japanese company to sell us a machine for processing seaweed with the goal of extracting carrageenan. We also want to explore a way of boosting the economy through marine products, since the emphasis is on the blue economy.
President Dr. Mwinyi says the main priority areas of investment in Zanzibar is the blue economy, and the country intends to have marine products manufacturing industries. So more emphasis should be put into attracting more investors. On the other hand, Ambassador Anderson Mutatembwa has assured President Dr. Mwinyi to focus on exploring economic cooperation opportunities in Japan to boost investments in Tanzania, including Zanzibar, in the key areas like infrastructure, health, water, and trade. Ambassador of Ethiopia to Tanzania, Fikadu Ayala, says the region and the African continent should celebrate the launch of the $5 billion grant Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, GERD, as it is set to revolutionize the energy sector not only in Ethiopia but across the region. Ethiopia, the continent's second most populous nation with over 120 million people, has inaugurated Africa's largest hydroelectric dam earlier today amid downstream tensions with Egypt. Nasser Kingu reports.
It's a big day for Ethiopia. As the country's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed puts it, the launch of the dam is a big achievement that shows the world what Africans are capable of accomplishing. This takes me to the Embassy of Ethiopia in Tanzania to meet the Ethiopian ambassador to Tanzania, His Excellency Fikadu Ayala. He says the launch is the rebirth of Ethiopia and the whole of Africa, insisting the day to be historical to the continent.
It is the largest dam in Africa and the 7th in the world. The total cost is over $5 billion. This is Ethiopian money, this is African money. So Africans need to be proud of this project. It is a sign of self-reliance. Africa is no more dependent on others. If we work, we can be self-reliant.
Ambassador Fikadu Ayala says apart from the dam uplifting millions out of poverty in Ethiopia and across the region, other neighboring countries can solve their power deficiency through the dam.
It will generate $1 billion by selling. We have started to sell electricity to our good neighbors, to Kenya, to Sudan, to Djibouti, and we will start to South Sudan soon, and it will extend all the way to Tanzania and other South African countries.
He insists the dam is the symbol of economic emancipation.
Great Ethiopian Renaissance Dam is a unity among Ethiopians and its friends against poverty. It is a fight against poverty. It is to emancipate Ethiopia, the entire African region, the entire East African region from poverty. So it has significant impact to uplift millions of people from poverty.
Ethiopia, the continent's second most populous nation with a population of 120 million people, sees the launch of what is the largest dam in Africa as central to its ambitions for economic development. Main job is done. The world and the region await to see what Ethiopia and the neighboring countries will reap from what has been invested against all the odds. Reporting from Dar es Salaam, Nasser Kingu, TBC News.
Thank you, Nasser Kingu, for that story. Russian ambassador to Tanzania, Andrei Avatisian, says Russia intends to start using the Mtwara port to import its products from Russia, including fertilizers and energy products, and distribute them to landlocked African countries due to their favorable geographical position of the Mtwara region and the port's large capacity to handle large cargo. Russian ambassador to Tanzania, Andrei Avatisian, made the remarks in the Mtwara region earlier today while on a working visit to the region.
And I'm sure that Russian companies will be very much interested in participating in the development of the port and the whole logistics and transport system of Mtwara. It can be used for bringing goods here, and Russia export to Tanzania a lot of fertilizers that are very needed for agriculture here, for growing cashew nuts. And also we export energy products. And we will be, I think, importing to Russia more cashews. We don't have many cashews from Tanzania on the Russian market, but now being here in Tanzania, I see the great quality of Tanzanian and particularly cashew nuts from Mtwara, and I will try to promote it.
The government in Mtwara region says the ambassador's visit, who also visited a cashew factory in Malanje village on the outskirts of the region, is part of the 6th phase government's strategy to explore reliable markets for cashew nuts, while the director of the Cashew Board, Francis Alfred, insists one of the largest markets for value-added cashew nuts includes Russia.
The construction of this warehouse is progressing well. It is now about 85% complete. Another one is expected to be finished by October. This is all part of implementing the president's vision of establishing an industrial cluster here in Mtwara. We are also making effort to secure new markets for cashew nuts, and one of these is Russian market.
The visits of various ambassadors of major world powers in the Mtwara region signals the region's economic growth and the opening of various business opportunities in the southern region. Tanzania and Italy are marking 15 years of collaboration in paleosciences research, a partnership that has uncovered key findings about human history and heritage. The anniversary celebrations in Dar es Salaam have brought together diplomats, archaeologists, and scholars from both countries, reflecting on the achievements made and the future of this cooperation. Teddy Mparanyanga has more details.
The partnership between Tanzania and Italy in paleosciences is celebrating a 15-year milestone. Italian ambassador to Tanzania, His Excellency Giuseppe Coppola, says the collaboration is key in preserving culture and history while also strengthening academic ties between the two nations.
The objective of this cooperation that is being really supported by the Italian Ministry of Foreign Affairs is really to make sure that our expertise, our knowledge, and our capacities are shared with Tanzanian partners, and I think that we see the results of this collaboration, as we've heard also tonight from the Tanzanian authorities, also from the Ministry of Tourism and Natural Science, Natural Resources, that have been taking part in this initiative. I think that we have to consider the fact that when we talk about archaeology, it's not about something that we only see in museums, but it's something really alive, and it's something really important which relates to the culture, relates to the cultural heritage, and should encourage us also to protect and preserve the cultural heritage.
Archaeology professors from both countries highlight discoveries made in Tanzania's fossil sites, describing the partnership as a drive of knowledge, training and cultural preservation.
Every time we come back in sites like Olduvai Gorge, we make new discoveries. The landscape changes very quickly. We discover new sites within the gorge, and we try to focus our research efforts in parts that were understudied in the past. So even if there are many scientific groups working in the same relatively small area, every year we keep continuing discovering new things, and it will go on for many years, not only in Olduvai Gorge and in the north, but I guess also in the rest of the country, because this is a very rich country.
We are looking for information, scientific information regarding the history of human evolution or human origins, but also when we are collecting this information, we're also training. We are carrying along the scholars of the future generation. These are our students. So we expect that this engagement with students will not only be limited to attending and studying in the field, but some of them acquire interest to advance their careers in the discipline.
Guests from Tanzania and Italy attending the event say the initiative is a model of international cooperation, one that showcases Tanzania's role as a cradle of mankind.
We are working together with these researchers from Italy, and particularly in giving us the capacity building to our young researchers, and using their profession. We are hoping to collaborate with them in the future in conserving the cultural heritage sites in Tanzania.
In contact with the local community to explain them the importance of this heritage, how they can recognize their own heritage, how they can preserve the heritage, and possibly also focus on the heritage as also an economic resource, to planning and to organizing a project on sustainable tourism.
As celebrations conclude, both countries reaffirm the commitment to deepen the collaboration, ensuring that science and culture continue to unite them. 15 years on, the Italy-Tanzania partnership in paleosciences stands as proof that research and diplomacy can preserve the past while shaping the future. Teddy Paranyanga, TBC News.
A new milestone has been reached in efforts to improve newborn survival in Tanzania as neonatal breathing equipment worth over 164 million shillings has been handed over to 6 hospitals in Dar es Salaam as part of collaborative effort between Ifakara Health Institute and Muhimbili National Hospital aimed at strengthening neonatal care across the country. Speaking to TBC News, the principal investigator of Breathing for Baby Package Ecosystem project from MUHAS, Professor Nahia Masood, says the newly handed over devices will support essential newborn care in neonatal units, labor wards, delivery theaters and ambulances, emphasizing that they are designed to enhance monitoring, treatment and emergency response for sick and vulnerable newborns, particularly those facing breathing difficulties immediately after birth.
The purpose of this investment or donation is to support care within our 6 selected facilities in the 3 districts, which includes Ilala, Temeke, and Kinondoni. And within these 3 districts, we have a purposefully selection of 2 facilities in each district to support learning in terms of how best we can scale and sustain nationally within Tanzania. So here we have a package which will support Yombo Vituka and Temeke within the Temeke districts. And then we have Kivule and Amana within Ilala districts. And then Mabwepande and Mwananyamala within Kinondoni districts. But our aim is, as I've said, we want to scale these learnings, but documenting how best we can support the newborn.
Furthermore, the Dar es Salaam Regional Administrative Secretary Abdul Mhinte expressed gratitude for the equipment, noting that the handover reflects the government's continued commitment to working with development partners to improve maternal and child health services, while the Regional Medical Officer, Dr. Mohammed Manguna, explains that the initiative is expected to help reduce maternal mortality while ensuring professional respiratory support for newborns in need.
Government of the United Republic of Tanzania to continue improving the health of its citizens, starting with young children. While earlier efforts focused mainly on maternal health, the government is now extending these efforts to include children's health as well. These medical supplies give citizens confidence that their newborns will be born healthy. The main purpose of these medical supplies is to strengthen government efforts to reduce child mortality, especially among newborns. Our Dar es Salaam region is fortunate to have partnered with MUHAS and the Ifakara Health Institute under the Breathing for Baby Package Ecosystem Project.
The equipment will be distributed across hospitals in Ilala, Kinondoni and Temeke districts, providing life-saving interventions from the moment a child is born until they are stabilized or referred to higher-level facilities. Let's have a look at other stories now. CRDB Bank has allocated 171.83 billion shillings from the sale of green bonds for the provision of loans that will enable citizens to combat climate change. Speaking at the launch of the loans in Dar es Salaam, CRDB Chief Commercial Officer Boma Labala says the loans will be directed to stakeholders in the energy sector, renewable energy, waste recycling, and the agricultural sector that uses modern technology that cares about the environment.
Various customers and our partners in areas related to clean cooking. We are going also to facilitate clean energy. We are going to facilitate waste management and at the same time green building. And beyond that, we have always had our program which related to agriculture and a food program where CRDB has put a total of $200 million to support food production in line with the SDGs by 2030.
On the other hand, the resident director of the International Finance Corporation, IFC, says Tanzania needs more than $19 billion to address the challenges of climate change, with some beneficiaries making it clear that the loan will help many people afford the purchase of renewable energy equipment.
Sustainable finance is the engine of a new era. It is how we will safeguard our planet, uplift our people, and chart a course toward competitive, enduring prosperity. By joining forces and seizing the opportunities before us, finance can become the catalyst for sustainable, inclusive, and resilient growth, not just here in Tanzania, but across Africa and around the globe.
It's high time now we start realizing the solutions for the green technology in the sense that for all whatever the efforts that we are trying to do in order to mitigate the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. And it's high time that actually the Tanzania public come up front and support such initiatives with such programs that our bank like CRDB are now leading. So we're already the beneficiary, we have already benefited, and we call upon the public to come and also benefit as well.
On that note, let's have a look at today's exchange rates according to the Bank of Tanzania, BOT. Do not miss TBC News every weekday to know all the latest in exchange rates. Sports news up next. In sports news, Simba Sports Club head coach Fadlu David says he is satisfied with the squad setup and they are ready to fight for the big titles such as Tanzania Premier League and CAF Champions League this season. Speaking ahead of Simba Day Festival, Coach Davids believes that this season will be more tough as other teams like Azam FC and Singida Black Stars have strengthened their squad, but Simba is ready for the season and they dream to win titles.
Simba Day is always a special occasion. It's always excitement for the fans to be able to see the new players. There's a lot of changes in our squad, a lot of new signings, a lot of important players, experienced players have left. So last season was a season where we put in the foundation. Last season was a season where we put in the building blocks of the squad. We've kept the core nucleus of our squad, and we've tried to replace some players that have left, and of course identified key areas where we thought we needed to improve. Of course, last season, while putting in the foundation, we came very close to making an historic season.
This time around, this will be our biggest match, and of course it's very important for us to present ourselves very well before our league starts. There has been a lot of information that we've given the boys, and we believe they have to retain it and process in the game of play. And so we're looking forward to the Wednesday match, tomorrow's match. For us, like I said, it's a training match, but a big one.
In other sports news, Tanzania national team Taifa Stars failed to utilize home ground's advantages. The new Amani complex stunned by a 1-0 by Niger in a crucial match of FIFA World Cup 2026 Group E encounter. The defeat stalls Tanzania on 10 points, leaving them with work to do in the final window to secure the section's runners-up position. Tanzania has a slim chance to get FIFA playoff matches for FIFA World Cup as they will take on Zambia in the last match to be played at Benjamin Mkapa Stadium. That's it for sports news. And now before we wind up the news bulletin for tonight, let's have a look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours.
Hello, it's Amina Saleh from Tanzania Meteorological Authority. Welcome to 24 weather forecasting starting from tonight. The cooler condition is expected over the southwestern highlands, and the minimum temperature is expected to be 9 over Mbeya and Njombe regions. For tomorrow, the wind is expected to flow at the speed of 30 km per hour over the entire coast, and the state of the sea is expected to be moderate. Over the Lake Victoria, the wind is expected to flow at the speed of 30 km per hour. The state of the lake is expected to be moderate. Over the Lake Rukwa in Nyasa, wind is expected to flow at the speed of 20 km per hour. The state of the lakes are expected to be slight. Over the Lake Tanganyika, the wind is expected to flow at the speed of 10 to 20 km per hour. The state of the lake is expected to be slight. Over the Lake Victoria Basin, which include Kagera, Geita, Mwanza, Mara, and Simiyu, are expected to feature partly cloudy condition, thunder showers over a few areas, and sun period. Over the northern coast, especially over Tanga, Dar es Salaam, Pwani, and Isles of Unguja and Pemba, are expected to feature partly cloudy condition, light rain showers over a few areas, and sun periods. And the rest part of the country are expected to feature partly cloudy conditions. Now let's have a look on 4 days with the forecasting. Dar es Salaam, maximum temperature is expected to be 29. Dodoma, dry condition is expected. Mbeya, minimum temperature of 9 is expected. Mwanza, thunder showers are expected. Kilimanjaro, dry condition with the maximum temperature of 31 are expected. Morogoro, mainly dry condition is expected. Arusha, dry condition with a minimum temperature of 12 are expected. From Tanzania Meteorological Authority, thanks for watching.
That is all we have for tonight. Do not miss our next bulletin in Kiswahili at 11 p.m. On behalf of the whole team, I am Faida Ngaga. Good night.